Jason was just a regular teenager from a small neighborhood, known for his kindness and quick thinking. One sunny afternoon, as he was walking home from school, he noticed a luxury car parked on the side of the road with a flat tire. The driver, a well-dressed man clearly distressed, was trying to figure out what to do. Without hesitation, Jason approached him and offered to help. "I know how to fix tires," he said confidently. The man looked at Jason, surprised but grateful, and handed him the tools. Within minutes, Jason had replaced the flat tire with the spare, making sure everything was safe. The millionaire, impressed not only by Jason's skill but also by his polite and calm attitude, invited him for a coffee. What happened next changed Jason's life forever. As they sat down at a nearby cafe, the millionaire introduced himself as Mr. Harrison, a successful entrepreneur who owned several businesses across the city. He asked Jason about his life, school, and dreams. Jason shared that he worked part-time to help support his family and that he hoped to one day attend college and start his own business. Mr. Harrison listened carefully and was impressed by Jason's determination and positive outlook despite the challenges he faced. He said, "You know, talent and character like yours are rare. I'd like to offer you something that could help you get closer to your goals." Jason was surprised but curious. Mr. Harrison explained that he ran a mentorship program for young people with potential but limited resources. He invited Jason to join the program, promising to guide him, provide internships in his companies, and support his education. Jason couldn't believe his luck. What started as a simple act of kindness had opened a door to a future he had only dreamed about. From that day on, his life began to change in ways he never imagined. Over the next few weeks, Jason started attending workshops and meetings organized by Mr. Harrison's mentorship program. He was introduced to business leaders, learned about entrepreneurship, and gained valuable skills like public speaking, financial management, and networking. For the first time, Jason felt that his future was filled with real possibilities. One afternoon, during an internship at one of Mr. Harrison's companies, Jason impressed everyone with his innovative ideas. He suggested a way to improve customer service that would save the company both time and money. The managers were amazed at his insight and invited him to present his ideas at a company-wide meeting. Jason's confidence grew, and so did the respect he earned from professionals who recognized his potential. Outside of work, he continued his studies with renewed motivation, knowing that someone believed in him and was investing in his future. But Jason's journey wasn't just about success in business. He also wanted to give back to his community, the same community that had supported him growing up. With Mr. Harrison's encouragement, Jason began organizing free workshops for younger kids, teaching them skills he had learned and inspiring them to dream big. His story quickly spread through the neighborhood, inspiring others to see that opportunity often comes in unexpected ways, and that kindness and hard work can open doors that once seemed closed forever. As months passed, Jason's life transformed dramatically, yet he remained grounded and true to his roots. The mentorship program not only gave him professional skills but also introduced him to a community of supporters who believed in nurturing talent from all walks of life. Mr. Harrison became more than just a mentor, he was a guide, a friend, and a constant source of encouragement. One day, Mr. Harrison invited Jason to attend an exclusive gala honoring young achievers. Jason, who had never been to such an event before, felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. At the gala, he met influential figures, CEOs, philanthropists, and community leaders, who were eager to hear his story. Jason spoke with confidence, sharing how a simple act of helping someone had led to a chain of opportunities. After the event, Jason was approached by a representative from a prestigious university who offered him a scholarship based on his leadership and community work. It was the breakthrough Jason had dreamed of but never thought possible. Despite his new opportunities, Jason made sure to keep helping those around him. He started a local initiative to provide free tutoring and career advice for teenagers in his neighborhood. His vision was clear, to create a ripple effect of hope and opportunity, showing that everyone deserves a chance to succeed. Through perseverance, humility, and the power of community, Jason's story became a testament to the idea that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, and that kindness, combined with determination, can change lives forever. Jason's life continued to evolve in remarkable ways. With the scholarship secured, he began his college journey, balancing his studies with ongoing involvement in Mr. Harrison's mentorship program. He majored in business administration, driven by a deep desire to one day create opportunities for others just like him. Back home, his community rallied behind him, proud of the young man who had risen from their streets to stand among the city's brightest. Jason never forgot where he came from. He frequently returned to the neighborhood, hosting workshops, sharing his experiences, and encouraging young people to believe in themselves. One day, during a community event, Jason was honored with an award for his dedication to youth empowerment and community development. Standing on the stage, he looked out at the crowd, faces filled with hope and admiration, and realized that his journey was about much more than personal success. It was about lifting others up and building a legacy of opportunity. Mr. Harrison, watching from the audience, smiled proudly. The chance meeting on the roadside, the flat tire, and Jason's willingness to help had sparked a journey that neither of them could have predicted. Together, they had shown the power of kindness, mentorship, and belief in potential. Jason's story spread beyond his city, inspiring countless others to act with compassion and courage. It became a powerful reminder: sometimes, a simple good deed can change a life, and the world, forever. With each passing year, Jason's impact grew far beyond what anyone had imagined. After graduating college with honors, he launched his own nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering young people from underserved communities. The foundation offered scholarships, mentorship programs, and workshops on entrepreneurship, leadership, and financial literacy. Jason made it his mission to ensure that no young person would feel like their dreams were out of reach due to circumstances beyond their control. He frequently spoke at schools, community centers, and conferences, sharing his story as a beacon of hope and resilience. His message was clear: your background doesn't define your future, your actions do. Meanwhile, Mr. Harrison remained a steadfast supporter and partner, providing resources and connections that helped the nonprofit thrive. Together, they expanded their reach across the country, touching thousands of lives. Jason's early experience fixing that flat tire had become a symbol of how small moments can spark great transformations. But Jason never forgot the importance of humility and gratitude. He often returned to his old neighborhood, sitting down with kids who reminded him of himself and listening to their struggles and dreams. He made sure that every young person who crossed his path knew they had a champion in him. His story caught the attention of media outlets, and soon, Jason was invited to share his journey on national television and podcasts. The tale of the young teen who helped a stranger, and in doing so, unlocked a future filled with possibility, captivated audiences everywhere. It wasn't just about success, it was about the power of kindness, perseverance, and the human connection. Through all the accolades and achievements, Jason remained grounded. He continued to emphasize that success isn't measured by wealth or fame, but by the positive difference one makes in the lives of others. His life had become a testament to the truth that sometimes, the simplest acts of generosity can ripple outward and change the world in ways no one could predict. Years into his journey, Jason faced challenges that tested his resolve and character like never before. Leading a growing nonprofit came with immense responsibility, and not every day was filled with success. There were moments when funding fell short, partnerships dissolved, and the weight of expectations threatened to overwhelm him. But Jason had learned early on that setbacks were part of the path, not the end of it. Drawing strength from his own experiences, and from the mentorship of Mr. Harrison, he persevered with unwavering determination. He reminded himself and his team that the mission was bigger than any obstacle, creating opportunities for the next generation. One of the toughest moments came when a major donor unexpectedly withdrew support. The nonprofit was at risk of scaling back programs just as demand from communities soared. Jason took it as a challenge rather than a defeat. He organized community fundraisers, rallied volunteers, and reached out to small businesses and local leaders for support. His authenticity and passion inspired others to step up. Slowly but surely, the nonprofit regained its footing and even expanded in new directions. Jason introduced innovative initiatives like mentorship circles, pairing young people with professionals in various fields for sustained guidance and networking. He also launched a digital platform offering free courses on financial literacy and career development, breaking barriers for youth in remote or underserved areas. Beyond the organizational growth, Jason's own personal growth was profound. He pursued a master's degree in social entrepreneurship, constantly seeking new knowledge and tools to better serve his community. He also took time to travel, visiting other cities and countries to learn from similar programs and exchange ideas. Throughout it all, Jason stayed deeply connected to his roots. He credited his family for their support, his friends for their encouragement, and most of all, Mr. Harrison for believing in him when no one else did. Their friendship had evolved into a partnership based on mutual respect and shared vision. Jason's story became a powerful example not just of individual achievement, but of how collaboration, empathy, and steadfast commitment can overcome systemic barriers and transform lives on a broad scale. He often said in interviews, "Success is not a solo journey. It's about lifting each other up, creating networks of support, and believing in the potential of every person." The young teen who fixed a flat tire on a random afternoon had grown into a leader whose influence echoed far beyond his neighborhood. His life was a testament to the idea that no matter where you start, with courage and kindness, you can change your story, and inspire others to change theirs. As Jason's nonprofit flourished, his influence expanded well beyond the borders of his hometown. Invitations to speak at national conferences and international forums became more frequent, and his message resonated with audiences from diverse backgrounds. Yet, despite the growing spotlight, Jason remained humble and focused on his mission. One particularly memorable event was when he was invited to address a global summit on youth empowerment. Standing before thousands of leaders, policymakers, and activists, Jason shared his journey, from a teenager helping a stranger on the side of the road to leading a movement dedicated to unlocking potential in underserved communities. He emphasized the importance of creating systems that provide access to education, mentorship, and resources, especially for young people who may not have traditional support networks. "It's not about charity," he explained. "It's about justice. Every young person deserves the tools and opportunities to succeed." Following the summit, Jason's organization partnered with several international agencies to launch pilot programs in various countries. These initiatives focused on blending local wisdom with proven strategies, tailoring support to each community's unique needs. The success stories poured in, young entrepreneurs starting businesses, students gaining scholarships, and communities witnessing tangible growth. Despite the global scale of his work, Jason always carved out time to return home. He believed that transformation started at the grassroots level and that personal connection fueled genuine change. Whether mentoring a teenager struggling with self-confidence or organizing neighborhood cleanups, Jason's commitment never wavered. At one community event, a young girl approached him shyly and said, "You're the reason I believe I can do more." Moments like these reminded Jason of why he started this journey. The ripple effect of his actions was reaching new generations, inspiring hope and resilience. Jason also began writing a book to share his story and the lessons he'd learned. He wanted to reach even more people, those who might feel overlooked or stuck, and show them that their circumstances didn't have to define their future. Through every chapter of his life, Jason's story echoed a powerful truth: kindness, when combined with courage and determination, can open doors not only for oneself but for countless others. His journey was far from over, but the foundation he had built was strong and growing, a beacon of possibility in a world that so often overlooks the potential hidden within. As the years went by, Jason's influence continued to deepen, not only in the world of youth empowerment but also in the broader movement toward social innovation and equity. His nonprofit had grown into a multifaceted organization, addressing a wide spectrum of challenges faced by underserved communities, from education gaps to economic development and mental health support. Jason became a sought-after advisor for policymakers and philanthropic leaders eager to learn how to create lasting impact. His approach was always grounded in empathy, listening closely to the voices of those he aimed to serve. He believed that real change required collaboration, not top-down directives, but partnerships with communities themselves. One of the most significant projects he spearheaded was a nationwide mentorship network, connecting professionals with young people across various industries. The program leveraged technology to bridge geographic and social divides, ensuring access to guidance regardless of location or background. Testimonials poured in from men who felt seen, heard, and empowered to pursue their dreams. Despite the growing demands on his time, Jason never lost sight of the personal connections that fueled his passion. He often visited schools, community centers, and local events, reminding young people that their stories mattered. "You don't have to wait for someone else to change your life," he told them. "You hold the power to shape your future, one step at a time." Jason also became a mentor himself, guiding other emerging leaders who were inspired by his journey. He encouraged them to build programs rooted in dignity and opportunity, fostering a new generation of changemakers. Throughout his public appearances and interviews, Jason emphasized the power of small acts. "It all started with fixing a flat tire for a stranger," he said. "That moment reminded me that kindness can create unexpected opportunities. When we choose to help one another, we open the door to a better world." His story had transcended his city, becoming a symbol of hope and resilience nationwide. But for Jason, the greatest reward was knowing that his work had sparked a movement, one where young people believed in their potential and had the tools to pursue it. As he looked ahead, Jason envisioned a future where every young person had access to mentorship, education, and the encouragement needed to thrive. His journey was a testament to the power of generosity, determination, and the belief that greatness can emerge from even the humblest beginnings. Jason's journey had come full circle, yet his mission continued with renewed passion and vision. Over the years, he had grown from a young teen helping a stranger change a tire into a leader inspiring thousands to believe in themselves and their futures. One evening, during a special ceremony honoring community leaders, Jason was presented with an award recognizing his lifelong dedication to empowerment and social change. As he accepted the honor, he reflected on how a simple act of kindness, one afternoon on the roadside, had set in motion a chain of events far beyond anything he could have imagined. In his acceptance speech, Jason said, "It wasn't about me. It was about the countless people who believed in me, stood by me, and who I have the privilege to serve. Each of us has the power to make a difference, no matter how small the gesture." Jason's nonprofit had grown into an international organization, continuing to break down barriers and open doors for young people worldwide. Yet, despite the global reach and accolades, Jason stayed deeply connected to his beginnings, his family, his neighborhood, and the simple values of kindness, integrity, and perseverance. He made it his life's work to ensure that no young person would feel invisible or powerless. Through mentorship, education, and community building, Jason helped countless individuals rewrite their stories. His story became a beacon of hope, proving that greatness often begins with courage and compassion in the smallest moments. The boy who fixed a flat tire had, in fact, helped change the world, one life at a time. And as Jason looked to the future, he remained committed to the belief that the next incredible story was just waiting to be written, fueled by the kindness and determination that live within us all. With his nonprofit firmly established and growing stronger each year, Jason began focusing on building a sustainable future for the organization. He understood that true change required not only passion but also solid infrastructure and long-term planning. To that end, he worked tirelessly with his team to develop new strategies that would ensure the foundation's impact could last for generations. One of Jason's key initiatives was creating leadership academies in underserved areas, where young people could receive hands-on training in business, technology, and community organizing. These academies were designed not just to teach skills but to cultivate confidence, creativity, and a sense of purpose. Jason also prioritized diversity and inclusion within his own organization, believing that leadership should reflect the communities it served. He mentored staff from different backgrounds and encouraged open dialogue about challenges and opportunities, fostering an environment where innovation and empathy thrived side by side. Meanwhile, Jason continued to share his story through various platforms, writing articles, participating in panel discussions, and mentoring emerging leaders across the globe. His message remained consistent: opportunity is a right, not a privilege, and every young person deserves access to the tools that can help them succeed. Back in his hometown, Jason's impact was visible in everyday life. Former men started their own businesses, schools implemented new programs inspired by his work, and the community's spirit grew stronger with each passing year. Jason's early lessons about kindness and perseverance had blossomed into a movement that inspired hope and possibility far beyond what anyone could have expected. Despite his accomplishments, Jason stayed grounded by regularly visiting the places and people who had shaped him. He knew that staying connected to his roots was essential, not just for personal fulfillment but to ensure that his work remained relevant and responsive to real needs. Jason's journey was proof that a single act of goodwill, fixing a flat tire on a sunny afternoon, could ignite a lifetime of purpose and transformation. His story inspired countless others to believe that, no matter where they started, their potential was limitless if only given the chance. Jason's journey had become more than just a personal success story, it had evolved into a legacy of hope, empowerment, and lasting change. The young teen who once helped a stranger on the roadside had transformed countless lives through his unwavering dedication to lifting others up. As he stood at the opening ceremony of a new community center funded by his nonprofit, Jason looked around at the faces of children, teenagers, and families who now had access to opportunities he once dreamed about. This center was a symbol of how far he had come, and a beacon for the future. In his speech, Jason spoke from the heart: every journey begins with a single step, and sometimes that step is simply an act of kindness. When we choose to help others, we not only change their lives, we change our own. This center, this community, is proof that when we come together with purpose and compassion, anything is possible. The applause was thunderous, but Jason knew the real work was just beginning. His vision extended far beyond bricks and mortar. It was about building a world where every young person felt seen, supported, and empowered to write their own story. Reflecting on his path, Jason felt immense gratitude for the chance encounter that started it all, and for the people who believed in him along the way. His story had become a living reminder that greatness often grows from the simplest acts, and that each of us has the power to make a difference. With hope in his heart and a community behind him, Jason stepped forward, ready to continue lighting the way for the next generation, one life at a time.